In this question, we have to determine omega naught by p, where omega naught is the frequency of the system when it is marginally stable, and p is the parameter that we have to determine from the system. Okay. Now we have two loops in the block diagram that is given to us. First we have to find the total transfer function, that is a closed loop transfer function C of s by R of s. First we will find the transfer function of the inner loop. Okay, so that will be gi of s, inner loop transfer function, is equal to b divided by s into s plus p plus b into kr. Okay, now taking the outside feedback into account, okay, that we have to do after multiplying with a gain of a. Okay, so the total closed loop transfer function will be C of s by R of s is equal to ab by s square plus p plus b into kr into s plus ab. Okay, now we have the characteristic equation, which is the denominator of the closed loop transfer function. So s square plus p plus b kr into s plus ab equal to 0. So this is the characteristic equation of the system. So when will the system be marginally stable? That is, when the system is marginally stable, we will have a case of sustained oscillation. Okay, so the condition for the system to be marginally stable is when the coefficient of s is equal to 0, that is when we will have sustained oscillation. So in this case, for the system to have sustained oscillation, p plus b into kr should be equal to 0. Okay, so b is equal to minus b kr, that is equal to, in the question it is given that root of b into kr is equal to 16. So b into kr will be square of 16, which is 256. So p is equal to minus 256. Okay, and we will go to the next part, that is to determine omega naught. Now the frequency of sustained oscillation will be calculated from the remaining part of the characteristic equation. Now that we have the characteristic equation as s square plus ab is equal to 0, so omega naught will be equal to root of ab. So that is equal to, in the question root of ab is given as 64. Okay, now omega naught by p is equal to 64 divided by minus 256, that is equal to 1 by minus 4, that is equal to minus 0.25. So omega naught by p is equal to minus 0.25.